My name is Kyle Gorgas. I was a captain in the Air Force.
My name is Mike McGrath, captain in the United States Marine Corps.
My name is Evan Ballinger. I was in the Navy, and I was a lieutenant.
Chris Wagnon, served in the Army as an infantry officer, and I was a captain. My thoughts before entering corporate America were filled with worry, maybe a little bit of fear.
So my decision to leave the military was a long one. It obviously took some time. I had family involved. So I wanted to make sure I made the right choice for myself and for my family.
Started looking around and found a good junior military officer headhunting firm, and they kind of taught me how to present myself to civilian companies, and eventually through them got hooked up with Koch. Been here ever since.
They kind of introduced me to what corporate America has to offer, and it definitely started putting me more at ease knowing that all these companies out here with these great values and all this innovative, potential existed.
Interviewed with 14 different companies. And there's a follow-up interview process, and I followed up with 4 different companies.
The interview process was best with Koch because I was able to come out to Wichita, see the corporate office, see individuals that I'd be interacting with there, talk to them, but also go out to the plant. And I think going out to the plant, meeting the people at the plant, walking around and looking at the incredible amount of assets that really grabbed my interest.
The thing that stood out the most about the Koch interview was how important market-based management was to the operation of the entire company. As we started getting more into those values that create MBM, I quickly learned that what I knew already in the Air Force would apply immediately to working for Koch. It was obviously very attractive because it would make that transition easier. That nervousness changed to excitement as I knew that would be where I would find my future career.
Values are obviously a huge part of why you'd make a decision to go to any company. After doing research with the other companies, my decision was based on the company that I felt most aligned with my values.
The Navy's core values are honor, courage, and commitment, and those line really well with Koch's guiding principles.
The Air Force core values are integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Very first core values for both Koch and Air Force are integrity.
The values that I hold dear that were reinforced in the Marine Corps, values of honor, courage, and commitment, where Koch holds integrity and compliance. They're the same values that the Marine Corps has, they're just worded differently.
Loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. I felt like that transition in terms of the culture between the Army and Koch Industries would actually be a great fit. Koch has utilized my skill set from the military in many ways. The emphasis on planning as an infantry officer and how that translates over to the turnaround coordinator position where you're planning for these major outages prior to execution.
Day one, I was already in the operations of turnarounds. Basically, that's just an equipment type, making sure that all the jobs that fall in that equipment type are done. Only about a month later that I was on my way to the first turnaround. Koch obviously had the confidence in my abilities that I was able to translate during my interview process. All the experience that I developed in the military, I was able to use during that turnaround.
In the Navy, I was a nuclear trained officer, so I dealt with a lot of rotating equipment like turbines and compressors, fixed equipment like heat exchangers, piping systems, things like that. And a fertilizer plant has a lot of the exact same equipment. Obviously, slightly different application, but the fundamentals are the same. It's easy to transition into Koch and add value immediately.
In the military, there were certain things, certain requirements of me in order to advance my career. Here at Koch, I feel like I'm more in control of my own destiny.
The amount of success that you have is based solely on you.
As someone coming out that's a hard charger, you're going to quickly get to the positions that you want to be at, and Koch is going to help you get to those positions.
If I can prove that I have the capabilities and the knowledge to perform a job and that I can create value in that function, then I can basically write my ticket and take it as far as I want to go with it.
When I came to work for Koch, all of that fear and anxiety went away. I felt like I was actually doing something that helped make a difference.
In Koch and MBM, we know that what our company does is creating value for society. So everything that we do has to be driven to that goal.
I can't remember the exact statistics, but I think the Earth can only support about 4 billion people without the use of synthetic fertilizer. And with synthetic fertilizer, we can support 7 billion people today, or over 7 billion people, and we still haven't reached the limit of what we can produce. Fertilizer is very important to the world's population, and I'm proud to be part of the team that helps feed people around the world.
The main driver and main motivator is to create value in society and to fill that piece in, for Koch Fertilizer specifically, to feed the world.
And I love making an impact to an organization, an immediate impact, and see my plan come to fruition. My name is Chris Wagnon. I was an infantry officer in the Army.
I'm Evan Ballinger, Lieutenant, United States Navy.
My name is Mike McGrath, Captain, United States Marine Corps.
I am Kyle Gorgas, Captain, United States Air Force. We are Koch.